So, I have just got back from work and I am actually going to try to do this video as quick as possible because I want to go straight to the kitchen and start eating some dinner after I've done this video because I'm feeling a little bit hungry. But it's been official that Carlos Fierro is joining the San Jose Earthquakes. The Quakes, of course, officially announced in today's news, and that, technically, I could have done this video a couple of days ago of the fact that Carlos Fierro was going to be joining the Quakes because one of the beat writer for the Quakes, Joel Soraya, has already announced that he, of course, is going to be joining the Quakes. And there's actually another player that is going to be joining the Quakes too. His name is Andreas Rios. The club hasn't announced yet, but I'm assuming in a couple of days they are going to announce that he's going to be joining with the team. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't really announce it when Joel Soraya actually first announced that the Quakes have officially confirmed that they are going to bring these two guys heading into the transfer window that's going to be opening in a couple of weeks is because, we don't know if all the news is going to be completely correct and that there might be some details that could change once the club officially announced this move. And this Carlos Fierro move was a prime example of why I decided to kind of delay until when the club officially announced, because originally Joel Soraya says that the Quakes were gonna try to get Carlos Fierro on a DP kind of contract and that eventually they're going to buy him down off of that DP contract. But now the Quakes today, when they announced this signing, they said that he's only going to be a Target Allocation Money player, which I think that relieve a lot of Quakes fan, because I'm pretty sure a lot of Quakes fan, Carlos Fierro, he's not really that bad of a signing for us. I mean, I know from what I heard a couple of years ago, he was actually supposed to be the next best thing for the Mexican national team. And when he was with the Mexican U17 team, he had a breakout kind of year, and that there was just so much promise of him being one of the best player in the Mexican national team and the future winger for the Mexican national team. Obviously, things did not work out. He kind of took a bit of a nosedive. Although it's also worth noting the fact that when he was with Chivas and when he was coaching under Matias Almeida, that was really when he was really in his best form during his career so far, besides the fact that when he was a youngster. So something tells me that, although I understand that, I know some people say that this signing doesn't seem very important because he's kind of in a downhill slide. At least this is a guy that Matias Almeida has says that, he really likes the way that he plays under him, and that since he actually did very well and was in his best form of his career under Matias Almeida, something tells me it could be the same thing again this time when he, of course, is joining the Quakes, and that he's once again going to be playing under Matias Almeida like he was a couple of years ago when he was with Chivas. Recently he's been kind of everywhere. Last from what I heard, he was on loan with Morelia. He was on loan with Cruz Azul, and he also was on loan with another club that I forgot which other club that he was on loan, but that was also when he was back with Chivas. So yeah, he's been been a little bit of a journeyman in terms of hopping to different teams. And as I said, I think this move, with him playing under Matias Almeida, and that we already seen that he had his best form of his career under him, I think this move would eventually move out. And one of the scouting report about this guy is that he is a very fast kind of winger, which is something that I think that is what Matias Almeida wants off of his winger. When you look at our attack and you look at the way that it seemed like this attack really has a lot of emphasis on speed and the fact that the wingers can just completely outpace the defender. And so far this season, we have really tried to keep giving the ball to the right side, keep giving the ball to Christian Espinoza, because that's where the speed is going to happen. Now, obviously, now I think teams are starting to figure out that, well, if that's where we're going to give the ball to him, that's where we're going to try to burn defense out, then teams are eventually going to kind of figure that out, because that's a little bit one-dimensional. So now if we add Carlos Fierro on the other side and just also maybe think about getting a a DP in the central attacking mid position, then I think this team is pretty good on the attack. I mean, we have speed on the wing. We have a creative player in the central attacking mid that could potentially be our DP player. And hopefully up front, Wando or Husin can work his magic and score the goal, then this team can definitely be a very exciting team. So I'm obviously very excited about this move, and I'm definitely excited to see what it's come in the summer transfer window. Obviously, there hasn't been a lot of news on the fact that when exactly the Quakes is going to sign their DP in the summer. The front office has been promising us that we are going to sign a DP in the summer, and we thought that Fierro was supposed to be that DP that we're going to sign. Now that isn't the case. And it's also worth noting that another thing that I think we need to consider is the fact that with Fierro joining this team, he's going to take up one of the international spot. And I believe we only had one international spot before we signed Fierro. So with him taking up that spot, we are pretty much filled in terms of the international roster. And I have heard that the teams are trying to work out to trying to get a couple of players a green card so that, they can, of course, get rid of that they don't have to be occupying that international spot, and that frees up a spot there so that we can potentially get a DP. But then again, I also think that maybe we are thinking about selling some of the players that is currently occupy one of the international roster. And the guy that I can think of straight off the top of my head that could be sold off in the summer transfer window is going to be Vako, because Vako, there's been a lot of talks of the fact that he could be out of this club, considering the fact that he's a DP, but he's sitting on the bench. And if you're a DP that is sitting on the bench, that is definitely not a very good look. There's also rumor the fact that Godoy was going to be leave in the summer transfer window. With this injury, it kind of complicated the fact that Godoy could potentially be leaving. And then obviously there's also rumor that Eriksson might be leaving too, because of the fact that he's been rumored to leave our club since the beginning of the season, and so far nothing has really happened. So I have a feeling that not only we're going to get a couple of players off of that international roster spot by getting them a green card heading into these next couple of weeks, but I think eventually we are going to get rid of some of our players that is in the international roster, so we can free up some international roster to get that DP and also get Andreas Rios, which will also occupy one of the international spot because he's an Argentine. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this deal? One more thing before I of course end this video is that he will technically not be joining this club until the transfer window opens. The MLS secondary transfer window doesn't open until July 10th, I believe. So he won't be eligible to play for the Quakes until after July 10th and until the Cali Clasico against the Galaxy away on July 12th. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this deal? Do you think it's a decent signing? Do you think it's a signing that kind of doesn't make any sense whatsoever? But let me know in the comments below. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.